Time.
Yes, it is time. It is time for us to start streaming. I do have also the picture of our list from last week. Move stuff around. Move stuff around. Hello,
Mm-hmm.
I'm Serranos. I'm going to talk about anime for a little while. I'm going to talk about the shows we've been keeping up with for the current season of anime. Winter 2026. Did a tier list last week. I didn't. I don't think I had a way to actually look at my tier list from last week very easily. I'd have to go to my Twitter. I can do that, so I guess I should. Yeah, I guess I should do that. Then I can bring that up as a
You probably
comparison.
should.
I've already moved a couple things around, and we'll go over like the whole list, top to bottom. Mostly skipping the stuff on the bottom because, I mean, it's like we haven't watched these shows. I don't think I've watched any of these shows since the first week, except for Dragon Hatchling, which that will be the first one we start with.
Hmm.
And why is that the first one we're gonna start with, Michael? Why is that the one we're still watching? You should explain.
Because we can't look away. It is a hot mess the whole way through.
It is a type of show we like watching, but also it's not very good. We are people who liked. So I'm a spider. So what? We like the idea of this person being reincarnated into another body, being reincarnated as like a dragon this time, and it just doesn't. It doesn't seem like the progression is very detailed, and the character himself, the main character, is just not fun. He's not an exciting person to watch.
He's incredibly boring. He has very little personality.
It feels like he spends so much time saying what he's seeing rather than saying what he's thinking. That's what I get when I watch a show so much,
Hmm.
and they spend a lot of time. I'm pretty sure there's a show I had a problem with early on where they literally had, I don't remember if it was episode 2 or 3. They literally had a multiple minute recap of the previous episode, and then they did it again. I think that
Yeah,
happened in episode 5, right, when we watched it.
they've done it every episode since 3.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. But like some shows will have the little recap. They'll do their little thing where they show you, okay, this is what happened last week. It will do multiple minute recaps of the end of the last episode. It's not like a recap, it is just the end of the last episode. It feels like they're cutting corners hard on production costs.
Like, to just illustrate the point, he fought the dragon on the cover, the one in the bottom right. We saw the entirety of the fight in episode 4, and then we saw the entirety of it again at the start of episode 5.
Yeah, we saw basically the entire fight, and then we had the fight continue on. It didn't. It. I don't know why. It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's not supposed to, it's just meant to take up time.
Yeah, it was such a weird experience. So we probably shouldn't be watching it. I'm there. I say I'm moving a little bit more towards like less enjoyment for myself, more like getting something out of it, right? Because there's
Mhm.
things you can get out of bad stuff. That's why I plan to go back for Hell's Paradise. I haven't done it yet, but I do plan to go back for Hell's Paradise because I kind of want to take the time to analyze it and look deeper
You
into
know what?
why I don't like it. I do know why I don't like it, but I want to look a little bit deeper and make sure they're all correct.
You know what else it was doing? It was also recapping stuff that was in the episode. We were seeing flashbacks to stuff that happened 5 minutes prior.
I mean, sometimes it's a little more like 10 minutes, but literally, yes, they just replay the exact scene with a black and white filter, the same scene
Mhm.
that they already showed before. We aren't getting any commentary on it. We're not getting like a, oh, this was important kind of thing. We are maybe we're getting a little bit of that, but we're literally just getting, okay, we're doing this same scene again, and we could have had it we could have had it in the show better if it was only a flashback as well. If we just see that, okay, time has been passing, and while this other thing was happening, this character had this interaction with their master or whatever. Like the girl had interaction with the elf girl, and we would just see the flashback of that while she's out in the forest. And we get, okay, that's the gist. That's, well, that was happening while our dragon guy was doing other stuff, and that makes it feel like it's moving forward more. Where this show's like pacing with that just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I don't recommend Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling at all. It is absolutely the lowest rated show that we're still watching. Honestly, I would absolutely recommend Kaya Chan is not scary over it.
Mhm.
And honestly, but it's just like there's something fascinating about it. Like I like the genre, or I like the plot, I guess I should say, of like person being turned into a monster and evolving. But man, is it executed poorly. I should probably end up moving it down more. I think I should probably give it like a 4 even.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I'll probably end up feeling even worse about it as I watch more of it, because that's usually how these things tend to go. Like the more I'm exposed to something I don't like, the worse I feel about it. It's weird how that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also finished like one of the shows, which is just it was just 5 episodes. It's like a extended special, a direct continuation of the first season. We got introduced more to the last girl, Kaho, which is what we talked about last time we streamed, and then we got to the end of it, and we had a good ending. We will spoil the ending, so I mean, skip ahead for like 30 seconds if you don't want to hear it. But yeah, the pink girl, she ended up getting together with the blonde one and the brown haired one.
Yep.
She said,
Aji Sai and Mai.
yeah, she said, I want to date both of you, and then she did. And then we
Yeah.
have a happy lesbian thruple.
And they gave it like 15 minutes to like really set in. It was great. It was a really good final episode.
Yeah, because we had an actual final confession, and we actually ended the show. Well, I mean, you could keep going, I guess, if you want to show the rest of the relationship. But honestly, that is a solid conclusion. You don't need more than that. You had the characters get together. You took a season and a half about, and you got to introduce all the characters. I still didn't like the black-haired one, Satsuki. I never really
Mhm.
liked her at all. But other than that, I like the other girls. Haruna was her little sister. We didn't see much of her, but yeah, the actual love interests we saw Mai, Ajisai, and a bit of Kaho. Yeah, it was good. It was a good show. It was good lesbian romance. Much less, well, slightly less violent than the average. So
Yeah,
you gotta praise him for that.
where you can.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, did it reset actually? Yeah, because it's off on the years now. Yeah, I forgot because I went to a different page. That's why I forgot I was opening them individually. I went to a different page and then it reset my little filters here because I wanted them to stay in the same order. Yeah, started from the score up. I think Champignon is like, yeah, Champignon is the only one we watched more than 2 episodes of all the shows we dropped. We got all these like around a 5, a 4, 3, and below, and then these are like the shows I really hated.
Yeah. We didn't even finish a full episode of those ones.
The Kinman Gumi, it doesn't count because we didn't get to watch it, but I still rate it anyways.
Yeah,
But
but
then,
Daily Life of Torturer,
yeah,
Dark
Daily Life was
Moon.
Torture, Dark Moon, Jack of all Trades. I literally dropped those mid episode one. If usually if I'm giving a score that bad, I don't finish, or it's because I didn't finish the first episode even, or I pushed
Mhm.
myself to even finish the first episode. Yeah, Champignon was the only one we watched an additional episode of, and I got that like actually higher than Dragon Hatchling. All the other shows I have in around a C, which is below a 6 for me, more middling shows. I did drop all of those, and then everything else above that we're actually still watching. I'm still actually interested enough in all these shows up on the upper half of the tier list to keep watching them. And do you
I
feel
guess we should start with.
mostly? I was gonna say, do you feel mostly the same? We're gonna go back and talk about Champignon a little bit.
I'm enjoying all of them, and yeah, I think all these shows are good, and we should keep watching.
Yeah, it really feels like we got a good depth this year. I am. I mean, I don't know if I'm getting a little bit harsher on like what I would be willing to even give a 6 or higher, but it seems like just the number of shows are quite high. Even if I don't
Mhm.
love these shows down here, there's things I like about them more so. I still enjoy watching them. They aren't the top priority. But yeah,
Fair.
yeah, a lot of it definitely has to do with strong sequels, and yeah, we'll get to that later because we had the Free Run, we had the Oshinoko and Medalist for me, and you're watching Medalist with me. Trigun, I'll have some more feelings about. I didn't actually get a chance to get to my couple of shows, which is the Oshinoko and Trigun. Those are ones that Michael isn't watching with me. But yeah, back to Champignon. We watched the one additional episode of it, but it was a little bit long ago, so I don't have as strong feelings about it now. But I didn't feel like the show was poor. I just didn't feel like it really it was enjoyable as the other ones. That's all I usually
I,
put most
the
of the time.
the main issue was, and we were like middling on it, but what really set over the edge to drop it was introducing all the other witches, and they all had gimmicks that were really boring.
Yeah,
Like, you had the witch that had, like, the fish on their head, and then you had the crow witch.
the whole idea of like we have all of these characters convening for like the witch council right in the main character's living room because she like she took an extremely strong like world-ending poison out of somebody or something.
Yeah, we all decided to teleport here at the exact same time. We all decided it, and, immediately were ready to do so.
Yeah, yeah, it just wasn't as engaging as some other shows. So yeah, we just ended up dropping that one. I dropped the score a little bit. Yeah. Other than that, every one of these we've gotten up to 5 episodes, except for again the shows that we just didn't manage to catch up on, or I didn't. Yeah, Medalist came out later. It's gonna only be 9 episodes. Free runs 10 episodes, so it was a little bit behind as well. But everything else we're only about a week and a half behind on, because episode
Mhm.
seven's just came out on Sunday. Yeah, we talked about Dragon Hatchling, no freaking way, and let's move on to Holy Grail of Eris. This one is continuing into the plot of who killed Eris. Is continuing to unravel more of the mysteries to maybe paint our blonde-haired person as both as kind of a sympathetic villain. I think they've been kind of playing Cecilia or painting Cecilia up as that. I forgot all the plot points because again, I don't pay as much attention. The show's lower on the list.
They are not doing the opposite of that.
No, I
They're
mean
not doing.
they're absolutely displaying that she is the villain. They're showing that
Yeah.
she has been working behind the scenes to kill people. But I think that it's not just that to her. She is a plotting schemer, but also so is Scarlet. Scarlet absolutely is. They implied that she personally killed somebody.
Mhm.
She killed this old guy that knew too much. So yeah, I do like the aspect that Scarlet is doing this for herself a lot. She's pushing Constance forward to forward her own agenda, and Constance is just curious to find out where this goes somewhat. Actually, that's kind of weird looking at it now because Randolph is he's depicted as like tan here, but he's absolutely darker skinned in the anime.
It's just lighting.
It is the lighting, but he looks like notably darker skinned in the anime. Also, his eyes are much bluer in like this light novel cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just the colors are higher contrast. Yeah, I've enjoyed this as a villainous show. It's definitely a little bit different than other ones because we have Constance herself is not like the only person driving the plot. She has her own reasons for doing it, but you have two people really trying to advance the story with her and Eris, or her and Scarlet. Sorry, I say her and Eris, but actually, wait, why was it?
It's
Yeah,
Constance.
yeah.
Constance and Scarlet.
I was gonna say, why was it called the Grail of Eris? Actually, I don't even remember why she was called Eris.
Scarlet's code name was Eris.
Okay, that's what I missed. Cause like, I know there was some reason, but I just didn't remember why it was that. Yeah. Okay. Did you have anything else you'd like to share on this?
Not really,
Yeah.
no.
Most of
It's
these
good, but
we're not gonna
yeah.
have tons of updates on. Yeah, I would say it's pretty okay to check out. I wouldn't hold yourself to it if you don't find yourself interested. It's not like I would rate it as a top tier thing. Most of the different villainous shows we haven't watched are top tier. It's mostly just I kind of like it as a genre. I like the setup. I like the usually I like the comedy nature of it. Usually we'll have a mix of those. Like you have the main one. What the
It
one?
was,
Yeah, I forgot what the main one was even called. Like the one that everybody watched basically. I remember the main characters how everybody
My
called her
Life as a Villainous,
My Life is Villainous. Because I remember
All
everybody
Rhapsody to Doom.
all Wrestling
Yeah.
to do. Yeah, I was gonna say everybody calls her Bakarina all the time, so it's really hard to forget that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was always a good mix of comedy. It has the classic tropes of her wooing everybody around her, sometimes accidentally, and everybody just falling in love with her, even if they're the female protagonist of the story. Yeah. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I do remember this one better, and you told me to be concerned about the future of it. I am very concerned about the actual future of the plot. We got to see Knuckle Duster. Knuckle Duster did make an appearance, but was that going to be his only appearance basically for the rest of the season?
No, no, I mean,
Oh, he'll be in the
he
background
does
a bit.
stuff.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I would guess. I mean, it's on the cover. I mean, it's on screen. The guy shows up. The Mike guy shows up,
President
and he
Mike
will show up very soon.
or
I
yeah,
mean,
President Mike.
he's fifth in the cast.
And you don't like him. You don't like him as a character.
I'm fine with him as a character. I preferred the original three casts, and I think I mentioned this last week, but we basically had those three main characters in the first season, and then the second season we're gonna have like the entire supporting cast of My Hero Academia as main characters.
Yeah, we have Aizawa, we have President Mike, we have Midnight, we have whoever this guy is. And
Um, uh, yeah,
wait, what? This guy shows up too? The Edge
everybody
shot?
shows up.
I can understand Fat Gum being here, but we have everybody showing up. We had also All Might. He wasn't present in the first season even, was he?
Not at all.
He was
I
just
mean, I think
mentioned.
that maybe an opening shot.
Yeah, he was not in the show. He was not actually in the
Hmm.
show. And now he is like a character that shows up every other episode.
Yeah,
We haven't even seen like we saw him a single time. I didn't even know.
Christopher
I didn't even
Skyline,
know his
such a
name
good
was.
name.
I didn't even know his name was Skyline. That's pretty funny. But no, we only saw Captain Celebrity in like a single episode. I think he was in the first
Mhm.
episode, and he hasn't shown up since.
Yeah, so this I think they saw how popular this was after season 1 and transitioned it fully to My Hero Academia.
Or at least after the first like arc.
Yeah, after the first arc. There's only 2 arcs. So
Yeah.
um I don't know. It's kind of funny that they did transition it to My Hero Academia, but they didn't like acknowledge them at all in the main My Hero universe.
Yeah. It really does feel like somebody coming in and like executive coming in and ruining the property is like, okay, so this is what we're doing now.
We're going to
I
market
guess
this
I
as
guess I
irrelevant.
guess we're just marketing My Hero now. I thought we were making circles. I thought this is the circle factory. My Hero is supposed to be triangle factory, but now we're making circles and triangles. What the hell's going on?
I remember when Captain Celebrity was a stand-in All Might. Now we just have fucking All Might.
Yeah, it feels like they didn't trust their own characters to stand up on the back of. And honestly, with the second villain he came up with the lightning guy, I understand why.
Yeah.
I don't like the villain at all. Just the fact that he's like, oh yeah, I'm so fast, I gotta get back to my peak. Yeah. Just like his whole edgy persona of just like breathing weird and stuff like that.
I
It's
mean, I
just it's
fully agree. He
yeah,
sucks.
you
He's
fully agree.
awful.
Yeah, it's just like he just doesn't feel as compelling as a villain. Like having Knuckle Duster's daughter is so much better as a villain, and it was nice to see their arc concluded. But the way it's going now, it feels exactly like My Hero Academia. It feels like they took it. I feel like they took the show in the complete wrong direction after having a decent setup for a story. Like the promise
Yeah.
I assumed from My Hero is that we were gonna get Deku, we are gonna get Izuku going on his journey to become the #1 hero, and that happened in a year, and then the story was over, and then he lost his powers, and then other post-story bullshit happened. And now we had the promise of an illegal hero who's going to be working in the shadows, who is also known by every pro hero in the entire city. It feels like we just destroy our premises the instant it gets popular. I don't understand what kind of writing style this is. I guess it's what gets you renewed in Weekly Shonen Jump or whatever.
Well, no, he got canceled multiple times before My Hero took off.
I know, that's what I
His
mean.
works were not.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, that's a good point. His works were he probably did the same stuff before. I don't know any of Horikoshi's older works, but he probably used the same formula. He comes up with an idea, and then he comes up with another idea, and if they conflict, the new one just supersedes the past one. He just doesn't care anymore. We're just
Pretty
doing
much.
this now with our old characters. It feels like we have aspects of Koichi growing throughout the story and learning how to use powers better. Pop Step doesn't grow a single bit because he hates his female characters. I actually believe that. I believe that now. I think Horikoshi actually hates his female characters.
No.
Can you
Why would you
dispute
say
it?
that?
Can you dispute it, Michael?
Pop Step has grown. She's gotten little bit more mature. She's doing stuff. She has a job.
She has a job. Yeah. How
Wait, she doesn't have a job.
How is she done? She has a regular concert venue she goes to for the ball. How has she grown as a hero?
Well, she's not a hero. Koichi's a hero. She's just there.
Exactly that. I think you made my point. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, does it count if you lose your interest in an android? This is just a decent hentai. Yeah, that's really about it.
Yep.
I don't think
It's
there's anything
fun.
more to say about that. If you want a hentai, I'd recommend it. Can't beat a rom com with your childhood best friends. This one's quite fun. This was on the edge in the first 2 weeks for me. It's like, I don't know. It's like it's doing the old thing, but can it actually do it well enough to keep me entertained? And the answer is yes. Yes, it can. I moved this one
Yeah.
up some through our next couple episodes we watched, and I've been having a very good time with it. It plays with the classic tropes that all these girls really do want him. He's an idiot. It does all of the classic rom-com things. If you're a fan of like the old rom-coms and you're done with that, you don't need that anymore, you don't need to watch this. But if you like those for exactly what they were, this is like shows that came out 30 years ago. It has the panty shots, it has the embarrassed characters, it has girls using their body to try to win over the main protagonist, it has them catfighting with each other, being embarrassed, all of that. Yeah, definitely had a good time with it. Anything you'd like to say about
No. I
it?
enjoyed it. It's a great show.
Yeah, yeah, great show. I would definitely recommend it. And if you haven't been familiar with the older romance tropes, if you're more familiar with like newer ones where they're more restrained and more tee hee hee hee, yeah, this would be a culture shock for you, and I would absolutely recommend checking it out if you're a newer anime fan.
Yeah, everyone's got to watch at least one old school romance anime where they're constantly falling over each other.
When he's constantly grabbing her boob, when she's constantly having the wind blow and show the main guy her panties, when the tsundere is embarrassed and attacks him for no reason, when the little sister
Hmm.
character jumps on his lap and he has to try to not get hard. It's cute.
It's all great.
Yeah. Tomo's B-side, we start to actually see the main two get closer. Tomo himself kind of gets closer, more closely connected with her. He was always kind of or even from the start, he kind of already fallen for her, but he he doesn't really know how to make her see him as a person rather than just an object of affection. It's harder for I think that's it feels like that's what he's trying to work through.
Hmm.
Because yeah, they ended up going one of the episodes. They ended up going on a date out to like the fireworks festival or whatever, like the summer festival together. And then he said that he tried to get a guy to get away from her by saying that she's his girlfriend. Got her embarrassed and stuff like that. They talked about it. It's kind of clear that is how he feels about it. He really likes her. And the black haired one, he does see Tomo as a rival, but he also doesn't want him to hurt his career and get involved with a girl. So he kind of wants to try to protect him from that. And he thinks that she's pushing more than he is, and she's trying to buddy up with him.
Yeah, his feelings are very conflicting. Just, I don't know if it's purely out of self interest, but I think he mainly just wants his career to not be in jeopardy.
Yeah, and Tomo getting a relationship, that'd be a huge scandal. That could break up the band. That could cause a lot of problems. But
Hmm.
Tomo does seem like he's going to push forward with it. He doesn't seem like he has any intentions otherwise. It seems like he does know what he wants for the most part. He has a hard time
Yeah, there are
expressing
no breaks on
himself.
this train.
Yeah, he has a hard time expressing himself properly, but he does want to move forward and get in a relationship with her. Yeah, and I think she would probably like it as well, but she can't really see herself being with him because she sees him being as a higher person. Like again, she puts him as the literal idol. That's how she sees him and how she wants to support him as a fan, not as like a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how well they do the development. I might end up dropping it lower if I don't think they do it well, but I like the setup they've had so far. I think it can turn into a pretty nice romance series, and we'll see what happens. There's a little bit aspects of like a reverse harem, but it's mostly just illusions and like, ooh, maybe maybe other guys would want her, but I don't think that's gonna happen at all. It's gonna be her and Tomon the whole way. If anything, maybe the black hair guy starts getting a little bit jealous and starts falling in love with her too. He's tried to hint at that a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be much of a love triangle show.
Hmm. I mean, it might literally just transition into reverse harem at some point.
Yeah, we'll see where he wants to or the author wanted to take it, because yeah, got another like half the season left. A lot of stuff you can move around. Yeah, I'm happy with it so far. I've enjoyed it. Yeah, Love Through Prism. This one definitely more of a modern style of romance show. We don't have any of the weird panty grabbing stuff, but we do have two characters just slowly getting closer to each other, bonding over their hobby of painting. Her desperately wanting to get better at painting when she's already quite good, but she isn't like at a master tier or anything. She has some specific styles that she's good at. People really like it, but she's very clinical in her work and very objectivist, where her teacher wants to see her be more expressive, to be more emotional about her work. That I can understand that as an artist and being able trying to breach the trend or breach that gap of being one style over another, where some people are very expressionist, some people are very literalist, and it is for me, like, I like the art, so it is a compelling journey for me to watch her to try to work at that. It hasn't been like a big focus, but it's very much been like about what her art career at the academy has been about. You know, it's not the main focus of the show, really. That's what it feels like to me. Do you think that's accurate?
I think they're definitely they know what they it's hard to explain. They're the art is only taking a back seat because she's at a good level, but they need her to be dumb. So they're like they've done it a few times now where like there's an obvious thing you could do with the sky or not this when they're tasked to make a sky.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
All you have to
one
do
of the
is not
first
use
things.
blue.
Yeah, one of the first things was that. Oh yeah, how do I make the sky? Well, just try to make it in one color. Just try to use tones instead of colors.
Yes, but that's like a very not basic thing, but
It kind
it's a
of
thing
is.
people
It's kind
know
of
to do.
honestly, I would call it a basic thing. People should know pretty early on. If you're inexperienced with art, it is trying to show her as being one dimensional. But I don't think even if you are one dimensional, you wouldn't be able to understand the idea of you can just use shading. Like shading
Mhm.
matters a lot, and how you can use shading to make an art piece pop with just a single color. Like you can
Yeah.
literally just paint everything in yellows or purples, whatever you want. Just choose a single color and then make it all different tones of that color. And you can make great art pieces with just that.
And so they use her being dumb in that scenario to prop up Kit and his art and his, affection towards her because he ends up giving her his blue and then doing what she should have done at the beginning.
Yeah.
So there's a few things like that where I'm
It's
taken
really
aback.
stretching it, cuz like we're not teaching kids how to do art. We're teaching a person who's like at least like 15 or 16. Let's see what she was.
Guys, I'm in art
She's
college. What
20.
are we
I
doing?
forgot she's 20. I was gonna say I thought she was like high school age, but no, she is 20 years old, and she doesn't understand the idea of painting with a single color. I don't know how you could do that. Like she's done this her entire life. She's been a painter. That is her like career. I don't remember if she's noble or if her parents are just rich or whatever, but no, she had the ability to learn art throughout her entire life, and she never understood that you can paint a sky without blue.
Yeah.
There is a suspension of disbelief that's difficult to get over. It makes me question if the creator themselves is actually an artist. Stuff
I
like
think they
that.
are.
You
Yeah,
have
I
to
think they have
you
to
have
be.
to assume they are, but like, how could I know? How could I really know if this is what you're using as like one of your first points of conflict is? I don't know. I don't know how to make a sky.
So you do have that issue, but on the other hand, when you finally get them alone on that bicycle for those 2 episodes, it's really fun.
Yeah,
Seeing them just hang out and go through the, European countryside.
and have them just like do little art doodles in different spots,
Mhm.
showcase different little art techniques.
When you have them both showing off their skills, it's much better than when, one is overshowing the other, whatever it's called. Fuck.
Yeah, overshadowing. Yeah.
Yeah, overshadowing.
Yeah. So all the episodes are out. You can just binge watch if you want. We're just taking it slow, taking it with the rest of the shows. 20 episodes, We'll see how it goes. May finish it, may not. That it really could fall off for me. This is one of the shows I would expect that okay, this one might fall off. Tomlin might fall off. Eris,
Hmm.
maybe we should have dropped Dragon Hatchling. I'm probably gonna want to drop My Hero.
But we won't.
We won't. You decided. I'm just a little bitch boy along for the ride.
Yes, you are.
I have to experience the pain that you felt reading it.
You need to know how it ends.
I actually don't. I'm okay, like letting
Yes,
other
you
people
do.
tell me.
It gets worse. Okay.
Next one, Wash It All Away. Honestly, my opinions have not really developed on it at all since last time. Which is kind of funny. My opinions have not changed one iota. I still think it's a nice laid back series. I like going through her hobbyist stuff of cleaning just clothes and whatnot. I like her relationships with the other people in the town. But yeah, I literally haven't changed my opinion on it whatsoever.
Hmm. It's good.
Yeah, it's a fun show. It's a slice of life show. If you're not looking for slice of life, don't bother. That's what it is. You're not really gonna get anything deeper here. You have like light little bits of drama, but they're very light. So yeah, it's very much a heavy slice of life show.
Hmm.
Yeah, Chain Soldier. That is stuff we have to talk about. This is the animation is not getting better by any means. Like the animation is still below where I would want it to be, but the actual ecchi scenes are extremely good. They are
Hmm.
extremely good. This is one of the best ecchi shows made in years, probably. There might have been some longer running ones that I missed, like something like that has multiple seasons I just never picked up. But yeah, I would say Chain Soldier is extremely good at what it's trying to do. It has some
I mean,
weird
what
aspects
would
of its plot that don't really make sense, but the actual ecchi scenes that were there for, they're good.
what would you even have as a contemporary for it? Because the first thing that comes to mind for me is a High School DxD,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I mean. It's like ecchi
That was
series
decades
like
ago.
this are not very common. That's what I mean. There's probably some out there that I don't know of. Not ones I've heard of, but hello,
Hmm.
Gemini. Did somebody say My Hero? Yeah, we mentioned My Hero. Not really enjoying Vigilantes that much. Not really enjoying it that much.
It's fallen off quick.
Yeah, they just like it's like the original My Hero. They decided they wanted to take the story somewhere different that I think is just absolutely worse than what I had expected for it. It is not what I wanted. I complain about Leon when I talk to him about media about him not liking something because it's not the way he wanted. But this is me. This is me saying it, so it matters. It's different when I do it, okay?
Well, it's different than what it was season one.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the fact is like this. People can point to Oshinoko and be like, "Oh, episode one that was like so different from the following episodes." Now we're just like doing teen drama stuff, and I mean that's fair. But also something like Oshinoko is literally a single episode to set up the series,
Hmm.
to set up why the series matters, why our characters are doing what they do. Yeah. And there's plenty to say about that. Right now, we're just kind of giving little updates on the shows for the season, though. Don't want to get into the weeds of everything to do with My Hero. Maybe we could do a stream on that someday.
The My Hero stream where we go through every episode of My Hero.
I think we'd probably just look at a generalized plot overview of like what happens and why I didn't like it. Yeah.
I would have to read it start to finish.
Hmm. I mean, I remember the
I would
first
need
half pretty well, just like the general idea of like where it started transitioning, like right before it started jumping the shark to
to
full on world ending villainy. Yeah, for Chain Soldier though, yeah, very good ecchi series. The actual ecchi scenes, it's like there just aren't, as far as I know, in terms of like an action ecchi series. I don't think there really has been anything like this since High School DxD. Yeah. And High School DxD had a season not even that long ago. I forgot what date it was, but yeah.
it was a while ago, I feel like. At
It
least
was like
3, 4 years ago.
I thought it was like about 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was. Maybe it was 3 years ago, but yeah, there was one that was not that long ago. A couple of years isn't that long in the grand scheme of things when there's no other competition. That was the last time the first
Yeah.
season of Chain Soldier came out, I think. It was 2024. Okay, that was only 2 years ago. Yeah. 2 year gap, that's fair. But yeah, the actual ecchi scenes, the punishments, quote unquote, that he gets from the girls or the girls have to give him, all really good. He got to meet the Supreme Commander who did not understand how her power worked. So she didn't realize what was in store for her when she had to give the punishment to Yuki, and she got extremely embarrassed about it. And it was nice. It was very nice. Very nice sensual
Yes.
scenes. All really well done. Yeah, again, I'm gonna say the action and like the plot around that. Like we have the idea that what was the blue girl's family actually? What was their names called?
I don't remember the
I don't.
Akashi or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what her family name was. Azuma.
Azuma.
Yeah, Azuma.
Yes,
The
it was the
Azuma
Azuma.
family is having like this battle thing going on where they can fight for to control their house. And it's just like the way we just like hard transitioned into this is what we're doing now was so poorly written that it was funny. I didn't believe we were actually doing that. I could understand a transition to a different arc, but it was so abrupt that it didn't make any sense.
It was incredibly funny.
It felt like it needed some proper setup beforehand to indicate that, oh yeah, we're gonna do this later, so when we pop it on you, it's not a surprise. But I don't remember any indication of it. Yeah, Trigun Stargaze. I didn't get a chance to actually watch more of it yet. I should have, but I was too lazy because I just didn't take time to watch anime. I gotta play. I gotta watch anime. I gotta play games. There's so much stuff I gotta do. Yeah, Trigun Stargaze hasn't moved on that because I haven't watched episodes. Since to be a hero, I'm feeling a little bit more stable in my position of it. It's a very good show. I like the characters we got. We don't have to deal with the stupid snot-nosed guy anymore. We got actual just Xylo, and we got the king. What was his name?
Oh, Norgale? Yeah, Norgale.
Yeah, we got Norgale. He's an awesome character. He seems like he's crazy, and he is a little bit crazy, but he has an honorable sort. 0 out of 10. Slime hair girl has no slime powers. I don't blame some certain people called Blaine for wanting a slimy looking character kind of to have slime girl powers, because slime girls are pretty hot too. He's just wish casting here. I'm not actually gonna blame anybody for that. I would too. Yeah, we've gotten more of the characters. We got to learn more about these different people. I like Kivia. I like Leopold. He doesn't appear much. I like Sav. I still don't like I think they called him Dota, so yeah, I think that'd be correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dota. I don't like Dota still, but I like Tatsuya, his like idea that he's like this totally broken guy, the example of what happens when you die too many times.
He's very fun.
I like the different examples of like people like in its different stages of losing their mind. But guys like Sav were already like broken. And no matter how many times he dies, he has so little to him that he just doesn't change. He just still wants to keep on killing people. That's just what he likes doing. Yeah,
I think
Norgal has a
Leopold.
great mustache.
I mean, shit. Norgale is like standout, easily the best, but I think Leopold's really growing on me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a really good job having our characters grow, having them get introduced, and we get to see their heroism, even though they have been bad people and they probably deserved death. They got cursed with undeath instead, and now they're stuck here. I like the enemy designs. We in the last episode in episode 5 we just got introduced to the fact that humans are cooperating with the abominations like the demon lords.
It That's the one thing that bothers me is that like we've had 4 heroes now that are like on the cusp of discovering that the demons have infected or have infiltrated the humans,
Mm.
and they all became heroes. Like what are we doing? Just kill them.
Hmm.
Why do you want them around?
Yeah, and like how quickly we go up from like a 6 out of 10 to now we got like our 8 out of 10s, which I am very high on. Like it means a lot for me. These When I got like something at 8 out of 10, that's a pretty great show. This is something that I am happy to watch every week. But it's
Mhm.
something I start to get excited for to watch every week. Adventures grind, daily grind at age 29. This one's great. Yeah, exactly what I was looking for. Got the we got the guy taking care of the little girl, helping her become an adventurer, her and all of her little mishaps, and she's actually learning stuff every episode. She's getting better at fighting. She's getting more comfortable with the job. She's becoming more useful around the town. She's helping people out and becoming a full citizen. Just she helped out the little bartender or the I guess waitress lady when she was sick. She helped take care of that for her. She's getting better at adventuring. Whatever the main guy's name is, Hajime. He's getting he's getting closer to Ruri. We're having a better time. We got introduced to other little side characters. A very great slice of life show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like seeing the found family, like I was gonna say adoptive father kind of archetype. It's very nice. I like seeing parental roles in anime because I think it's a pretty great way to show characters growing. Is like see somebody who's been through it before teach them the way, and you get to see the compassion they have and just like how they can find a little bit of themselves in the characters they care for. It gives them a reason to keep going every day.
And it's fun watching, Rurui grow
Yeah, because she's changing as a
and get
person.
her, yeah, seeing her grow and get her attachments to like the dragon bird.
Yeah, the little bird and how the bird actually does end up helping him out because it can talk with the other birds and the other like thunderbirds or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but yeah, you can talk with the other birds and they can help them out find stuff because the birds can see a lot more than they can. And they are an intelligent species, like
Mhm.
explicitly so. Torture Princess. I might actually bump this one up to 9 even. Yeah, I'm loving it even more than the first season.
I mean, we just have more moving pieces.
Yeah, we have stuff going just a little bit faster than the first season. More we have a little bit more torturing going on in each episode, quote unquote torturing of of different types. The structure has not changed whatsoever, but I just love the structure of we have these characters try to convince her to expose her secrets through whatever means necessary through different stuff. Like we just had Inky, the little purple haired one that I actually made a little tweet about, that she's actually the most evil character in the show.
Yeah, despicable.
She makes the princess question, was anything ever real? Nah, I am really your friend. That's true. That was always true. But then Inky also turns right back around and backstabs her and kept the 4th season of their favorite TV show from her as part of her torture. She wouldn't be willing to give it back unless she admitted to where what her sister's little stuffed animal is.
Mhm.
So yeah, Inky got her hooked on a TV show and then said, "Oh, well, it just so happens that I have the 4th season right here, and I'm gonna spoil you on the plot. You know that guy in the gas mask? You know how he you know how he threatened his daughter later? Well, he does show up again later." She's like, "Nah!" Uh, just all these different little ways they have like a mild torture, just like these awkward situations in life that how they translate these things. It's just super fun. Yeah, just such a fun, lively show. Like the whole concept of torture being just this not a horrible experience is fun. Yeah, I really like Torture Princess. And like I said, I think it's been even better than the first season so far. So yeah, if you like this fun slice of life, cutesy stuff, absolutely recommend. Even for people that don't like that kind of thing, I think you can check out Torture Princess. Unless you really don't have any taste for it, you can definitely find some fun there.
100%.
Yeah. And our top romance of the season, you and I are polar opposites. And we kind of got the introduction to a second couple forming. We got more than one couple. We have like Suzuki and Tani-kun, but then we also had the delinquent guy and the shy girl, the super shy girl, like the
Mhm.
super outward and the except we just got like the genders reversed where Suzuki's pretty outgoing and Tani isn't. He's not shy or anything. He's just quiet. He just doesn't say much. He is a little bit. He is shy, but he's willing to talk with people fine. He just doesn't express himself a lot. Whereas Suzuki is very expressive. That's more their dichotomy. Whereas, what was her name? What was the new one? Because yeah, we had Kentaro or Yamada. They call him Yamada because they go by
Oh,
last names. Yamada and wait, was it Nishi? Because that doesn't look like her. Maybe it
no, it
is.
wasn't.
She had short hair.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not sure what her name was.
Yeah, I have
Wait,
no idea,
that would
actually.
be the guy, wouldn't it be? Or
No,
Aoi.
Awie's
Oh,
the girl on the
yeah,
bottom,
Aoi.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Maybe she had
remember.
a different hair color in the manga? I don't know.
I don't.
No,
I'm
that's
not
not
sure.
her.
I think she just isn't one of the top characters here. She probably is down somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. They might not have given her a picture, and they might not have sorted correctly. But I think she'll show up more. I'm pretty sure she will show up more. Whoever this little black-haired girl is next to Yamada. Yeah, their relationship's cute. She's like insanely shy. Whereas Yamada just doesn't think about anything. She overthinks everything. She doesn't think, and he doesn't think about anything. And that's their
Mhm.
dichotomy. So yeah, as we see like more of these characters, I think we'll probably get a third couple eventually of like two characters that are completely different again, and we're just gonna kind of bounce between all three of them, and or at least for now, we're gonna bounce between the two of them and their relationships as they go forward and go out beyond or go out on their daily life. And yeah, I love that. I love that for them. Yeah, definitely one of my top romances. Absolute like the past couple of years, definitely one of my favorite romance shows I've watched. I would recommend it to anybody who likes romance.
It is incredibly good.
And even people also that have problems with romance shows that don't go forward, they get together in the first episode. The first episode, Suzuki and Tani get together. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna. You want to date me, please?" He's like, "Yes, I would." He didn't know he thought she didn't like him, but then when she was willing to take a step forward, put herself out there, he's like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I want that." Yeah, Metal of Season 2, we started watching that one. I'll skip Oshinoko because didn't watch it. Yeah, Metal of Season 2. I didn't realize that outside of Yuri on Ice, there has basically been no media production, like any like film or TV or thing, maybe books, but yeah, no film or TV thing about figure skating. Like Yuri on Ice is basically the only one. The rest of them are just like kind of parodies, or they're not really about the ice skating itself. Yuri on Ice is like one of the only other series ever made about ice skating. So yeah, Medalist kind of
You're
wins
not
by
gonna
default.
if you think that's crazy, wait till you hear about curling.
Wait till you hear about curling. America just got the silver medal. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was
What did
yesterday.
they? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they lost to Sweden, but yeah, they got silver, so that's pretty sick.
Good.
The
We
Canon,
beat the cheaters.
yeah, the Canadians fucking lost, but they're still playing in the men's. The pure men's and pure women's. It was it
Mhm.
was couples. It was male and female curling that finished yesterday. It's kind of weird that we have a mixed category where you have like one guy, one girl, but I don't know.
Aren't they teams of 4? Or am
Uh,
I mistaken?
Maybe. I mean, it looked like it was just teams of two. It looked like for the male female was just two people because I looked it up as like,
I
oh,
guess you
yeah.
I guess you do I guess you only need 2 players for a team, but they're usually in teams of 4.
Honestly,
At least
you
for
can
men's
really do
curling.
curling as a single person. It's not, and sometimes
No.
they do it as just literally the single person, unless there's some additional rules I'm not aware of. But yeah, medalist. Yeah, we're just continuing on her journey, her trying to get better. We see more about figure skating. We see the failures of other people. We see how they have to work to grow. We get to see the strengths and weaknesses of different people. Yeah, it's basically just continuing directly on from where the first season was. I like the content a lot. If you watch the first season, obviously go watch it. Yeah, the series overall is just about a guy who never got to fulfill his dream. He had to kind of settle for ice dancing. He never got to be a world class figure skater. And he runs into this girl, and she wants to become an Olympian, but she started too late. Most kids start at like 5 or 6 or whatever. I don't remember. They start on the ice extremely early. She didn't start until she was like 7, and she kind of had to pay her way. She had to trade worms to the ice rink owner for his fishing hobby so that she could just get out on the ice rink like a couple times a week. So yeah, she desperately wanted this, but she's behind other people, and he saw that she had the talent, and he knew that nobody was willing to take a chance on him because he was too old. So he wanted to try to give her a chance because she was too old, and he wanted to see if he could help her. Yeah, and they have a really great like again found family kind of thing together because her mom can't really help her learn how to do figure skating, but he can. Yeah, and I think that
It's
pretty much
an
covers it.
I mean, season 1 is extremely compelling with its story, and season 2, we are focusing a lot more on the competitors.
In season 2, we
And
get
each
more of the other
one
competitors, and one of the reasons for that is because I think they're going to go into team competitions. They actually are going to look into ice dancing a bit, stuff like that.
yeah, it's shaping up to be very fun.
Yeah, absolutely recommend this to anybody that just like sports shows, anybody likes slice of life shows, anybody that's looking for hobby shows. Like figure skating is beautiful. And the CG models and medalists are excellent. They showcase the technology perfectly. It looks really good. It is a joy to watch.
Terrific.
Yeah, if you appreciate beauty, I think you'll like Medalist. Yeah, Journal with Witch. Man, every single week, just like stellar, day in, day out. You have these characters just coping with their new life together. You have them learning more about each other and how they need to act to live together and navigate their grief, both of them, even though Makio's is not quite the same as Asa's. Yeah, you can't really describe, or I mean, I can describe what happens, but really, you have to watch it. You have to
Yeah.
experience what the characters are feeling. I can't really describe better than I did last week, honestly. I never took the time to clip, or not last week, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I didn't take the time to clip it, but I probably should have. It's just so incredibly emotionally compelling. The characters feel just so incredibly real that it feels like they are real people. It feels like this is an actual relationship the author experienced. Yeah, put on paper, or I guess TV now in this case. Yeah, Journal with Witch, absolutely one of my favorite just drama shows probably ever made. I guess I'd probably call it drama. I don't know what else to be. Yeah, just be drama, slice of life. I guess that fits. Yeah, it's just like one of the best drama shows I've ever seen. And I don't think I need to say any more on it.
Yeah, I cannot add anything
Yeah,
to
we'll
that.
finish with
That was
Fate
good.
Strange Fake. Yeah, Free Run. Yeah, it's season 2 of Free Run. It is one of my favorite anime ever. It is one of the best fantasies ever. You just get to live in the world of the characters and see them go through it. There's little aspects of you get to see more and more of Free Run's past, and as she gets to grow more of herself when she's always been kind of an unchanging elf. And until she decided to go on this journey with Fern and now Stark, she never really questioned her relationship with humans that much. She always just kind of existed in the world. She didn't exist of the world. And now she is living of the world much more and more. Yeah. And then Fate Strange Fake. This one just like this one is so dense. Fate is so dense, and not like in people being idiots. All the characters are smart because the writers for Fate series are usually pretty smart. It feels like usually. Yeah, Fate Strange Fake. You got the Holy Grail War, and you have the Fate Grail War, which actually became a real Grail War. But also, there's two sets of servants, and you're gonna have them clashing with each other. You have all these brand new things to the series. You got these weird things happening that have never happened before in a series. I think that they hadn't been in a television series before now. I think I had seen a little bit about it. People talked about some of these concepts were already tackled in like some of the other light novels, or I think specifically like different light novels and not just a visual novel in the franchise and stuff like that. There's characters mentioned from Witch of the Holy Night, which I didn't even know was directly connected to the Fate universe. You got all these different things. You got like, and you got people coming from different worlds and different like versions of the same person from different worlds. So I guess it's not really much of a stretch, is it?
What do you mean? What was not a stretch?
Oh, it's not a stretch to have this character from an entirely different universe that's made by the same author also be connected to like the
Oh
Fate
yeah,
universe, the overall Fate universe at large. When you have like 4 different versions or 8 different versions of Arturia from different timelines.
yeah. I get you.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
that's
you.
that's my connection I'm actually making. Yeah, Fate has some excellent action. It doesn't have like the most strict rules for like how the how its magic systems work and whatnot. It has pretty like general guidelines of that servants can only exist based on their master's mana. So they can only use their powers so much depending on how much mana reserve they have, and being able to tank hits I believe is also directly connected to that. So whoever just the story is written as like the stronger mage has inherent advantages, but also mages can just die. They could just be killed, and then that cuts off the head of the snake for the servant. So oftentimes even though Grail Wars of the past may have been a little bit more honorable, they always knew it involved death, and now it's in America, and they use guns, and they are not really shy about killing people. We haven't had any deaths yet. In fact, like we've gone through 5 episodes and we have not even been introduced to all of the servants yet because we had this whole second set of servants. I believe there was 6 tied to the first one, and then we had Richard the Lionheart as the 7th, and then there was going to be 6 more tied to the second Grail, which Lionheart is also tied to.
Yeah, we're missing, I believe, 2 right now. It might be Assassin and, Lancer,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I don't remember the whole setup, but yeah, this is actually this might end up being my favorite of the Fate TV shows that I've watched. I really liked Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Zero, but the characters in this I just like really get attached to. We like have the weird student of Waver from London, Waver Velvet,
Mhm.
and he's like just such a fun character. He's like kind of an idiot, or maybe not idiot savant, but he's just kind of a savant, and he just has this very laid back attitude. He doesn't
They
seem to
call him
take any.
Goofy Savant.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to take anything seriously, but he is always paying attention.
I would say this is easily blown Apocrypha out of the water.
That's not really much of a question. Yeah,
Yeah, not a question.
I've been really enjoying it so far. They're really just mostly doing setup. We have one good fight between, like, we had a fight between Gilgamesh and what was the other god? Ur, Lancer. This one, Enkidu.
Yes.
Yeah, Enkidu. Enkidu's Lancer. We had like one fight between them, but that one wasn't really that important. That one was kind of just them showing off to each other. The other fight that we had 2 other fights, I guess I would say main ones. We had the vampire versus the police force. I don't think anybody died in that one. The vampire kind of
No,
got
but
his ass kicked, and then we had
we
the
had an important character, or a soon to be important character, get maimed, and he's gonna be important because of that.
mm, yeah, and then our next main fight that we had was again Gilgamesh versus Heracles, I believe, or he changed his name. He was like the Avenger character
Yeah.
in this one. He went against Heracles and Hippolyta. They engaged in combat with each other. That was a pretty fun fight. Again, there a lot of his posturing. They were not trying to go for the killing blows quite just yet. They were just trying to feel each other out and see who's more powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah, and one thing they talked about is the fact that the second set of characters are stronger than the first, and we'll see how that plays out. Yeah.
Yes, but they have a time limit. They
Mm,
have a week to kill the original, to kill their, or opposite servant,
mm,
otherwise they, disappear.
yeah. So yeah, we will see. We'll have to see some deaths probably by the end of the first season, but we have not really started on that yet, and we're probably gonna get a lot of characters going into like season 2. What I read up online, like looking ahead on spoilers a little bit, is that season 2 or like the next acts after the first 5 volumes that are being adapted, first 5 volumes that are being adapted, the light novel, it does get longer. So there's likely going to be at least 1 season and a movie. That's like the minimum, and it might be 3 seasons after this, even.
I mean, this season before we even started this season, we had a movie,
Yeah,
so we're gonna see a
we had
lot.
an hour long movie, so yeah, it could easily end up being 3 seasons. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of content to come on this one. I really like the setup they've had for us so far. I like seeing the characters, and honestly, it feels like because we haven't gotten basically anything from does she go by? I think she goes more by Ayaka. Either way, yeah, she's the actual blonde one there. She has her hair dyed. Or yeah, we haven't even seen her like accept the fact that she she has to participate in this Grail War or anything. We basically not moved yet. We've just been introducing characters for the first 5 episodes, and it's taken an hour long episode, and it's taken again another like what 50 100 minutes. It's taken like
Mhm.
100 or an hour and 40 minutes just to introduce most of the characters. Maybe by the end of the next episode, we'll actually have all of the characters announced, and we have just like another clash brewing at the end of episode 5. Yeah, I've really been enjoying Fate. Strange Fate, definitely just one of my favorite action series I've watched in a while. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add
Yeah.
there?
No, I think we said our piece on, Fate.
Well, when you go like, it kind of makes it sound like
You
you're
know,
trying to say
I
something.
thought you didn't hear that.
I did. I did hear that. So yeah, when I question something after you breathe, that means I heard it.
I did inhale to say something, but I didn't have a thought in my head.
But yeah, tier list has moved some. Did I have the tier list? I have the tier list I posted from Twitter for last week. Yeah. See, I did not really move stuff around very much. I did have like stuff moved up or down, like these bottom tiers a little bit to actually, because I didn't have all of these bottom tier shows in the right order.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have all the bottom tier shows in the right order, so that's why it was like a little bit different sometimes. Yeah, I moved them around and fixed them with like what scores I actually gave them. Yeah, and we didn't. Yeah, I didn't drop Champignon. I actually had it at the top of the C tier. I did move my. I was feeling worse about My Hero after episode 2 than I am feeling about it now. I still don't really like where it's going, but I actually ended up moving it up a little bit. Yeah, it is feeling a lot more solidified right now. Like I said, lots of these shows in B tier, they could end up dropping off. They could do things I don't end up liking. I might decide to move on from them. But for now, I'm okay with keeping them. Trigun is definitely on my concern list because they race swapped a character. That's a that's a big concern for me.
It's a major no-no in most cases.
Like, how important is she? How much is it gonna matter that she's black now for no reason at all? I don't know.
Does she talk with an accent?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they have a black scent in Japan.
Damn.
Yeah, at the top of my list, don't didn't really have much move around at all. I just add medalist because we actually watched it. I had uh, uh daily adventuring grind at 29. It's like I can't remember the title of that. I just know it's like adventure grind 29, and then everything else gets lost to me. So bad with names.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, didn't have really much move around, but I am very much solidified on. Yeah, these are maybe not you. These are my top shows of the season in my B plus tier. Yeah,
You know what had a perfect name?
what?
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. You can't
Two
get that messed up. It sounds like
words and a number.
it sounds like you
That's
went
all
to a
you need.
gas station. Big Hero 6, but they made it a Pixar movie. Pixar movie about a gas station. Cars
Mhm.
5. That's what it's going to be. They're just going to work at a gas station. It's going to be Tales of a Gas Station, but it's in the Cars universe. Referencing, of course, a horror story or a internet horror story of the same name. Didn't go to the Wandering Nigerians to voice the character. Yeah,
McQueen, why you digging that hole?
yeah.
Oh no.
Thanks for stopping by today, Gem and I are saying hi. Not really much to talk about for the stream today. I will be doing Next Fest next week. I'll be trying to actually catch up on a little bit of the anime before then. But yeah, I got demos to play. Take Big Hero 6 and a pack of gum. What it feels like to chew 5 gum. It tastes like a Big Hero 6 cigarette. uh, yeah, did you have any comments of any shows you'd like to talk about a little bit?
No, but we are going to be talking about the greatest movie trilogy ever made next week or a coming week.
What is that?
The Romero. I'm joking. The fucking 8 movies.
The 8 movies? I thought you were going to mention the Romero trilogy again.
Nope.
Yeah, just a short stream today. I think that covers basically everything I want to do. Got the tier list here. That's going to be our last look at it. I don't think I'll end up posting it on Twitter because I mean it's not really much of a change. I'll post at the end of the season when it's done. But yeah, not much of an update. It's mostly what it was before. Yeah, thanks for being here with me today, Michael. Thanks for being here, Gemini. And I think that's gonna be all for us. Last
Sounds
word
good.
for you.
Nope.
Okay. Well, goodbye then.